Some places are off limits, and not just because of bad Yelp reviews. We're talking about forbidden corners of Earth so mysterious, so dangerous, or so tightly guarded that you can't just book a ticket and stroll in with your selfie stick. From islands crawling with snakes to vaults that look like they belong in a dystopian movie, these places raise one simple question: what are they hiding, and why can't we go there? Today, we're diving into 8 places you are absolutely not allowed to visit, and the bizarre, sometimes terrifying reasons why. 1. North Sentinel Island, the island that rejects the world. Imagine being so fed up with modern life that your entire community just says, "No thanks, world. We're good." That's North Sentinel Island in the Bay of Bengal. It's home to the Sentinelese, one of the last uncontacted tribes on Earth. They've lived there for tens of thousands of years, completely isolated, and they want to keep it that way. How do we know? Because every time an outsider gets too close, the Sentinelese greet them not with a warm welcome, but with a volley of arrows. In 2018, an American missionary tried to make friends with the tribe. Spoiler, he didn't make it out alive. The Indian government has banned all travel to within 5 kilometers of the island, not to protect the tribe from tourists, but the other way around. Even if you somehow dodge their arrows, your common cold could wipe them out. They have zero immunity to outside diseases. So yeah, visiting this island, about as smart as trying to hug a wild tiger. 2. Area 51, the playground of conspiracy theories. Area 51 in Nevada is basically the Beyoncé of forbidden places. It doesn't matter how much time passes, people just can't stop talking about it. Officially, it's a U.S. Air Force base used for testing experimental aircraft. Unofficially, aliens, UFOs, reverse-engineered saucers, men in black cafeteria specials, but take your pick. The government didn't even acknowledge Area 51 existed until 2013, and while you can drive up to the gates, that's where your adventure ends. The signs say no trespassing, and the guards, nicknamed Camo Dudes, will happily remind you with guns drawn. Step 1 foot past the boundary, and you'll likely be arrested faster than you can say ET. Remember the viral 2019 Storm Area 51 event where millions joked about rushing the base to see them aliens? Only about 150 people actually showed up, and most left after realizing the US military wasn't exactly in the mood to host an alien-themed music festival. Whether it's spaceships or just super secret drones, one thing's for sure: you and I aren't getting an invite anytime soon. 3. Lascaux Caves, France. Art you'll never see in person. France's Lascaux Caves are basically the OG art gallery, except you're not allowed in, ever. Inside are prehistoric paintings created around 17,000 years ago by Cro-Magnon humans. These aren't your average doodles. We're talking breathtaking depictions of horses, bulls, and hunting scenes that give us a rare peek into ancient life. But here's the problem: too many tourists breathing on the walls. When the caves opened in the 1940s, visitors flocked in by the thousands. Within 2 decades, carbon dioxide and microbes from all those human lungs started destroying the paintings. The colors faded, fungus grew, and suddenly the world's oldest art museum was turning into a moldy disaster. So in 1963, the French government slammed the doors shut. Today, only a handful of scientists are allowed inside for preservation. For the rest of us, replicas have been built nearby so we can ooh and ah without actually killing the art. It's like wanting to see the Mona Lisa but being told, "Sorry, here's a photocopy." Don't breathe near the real one. 4. Snake Island, Brazil. Too many snakes, not enough you. If you're afraid of snakes, stop listening now. Off the coast of Brazil lies Ilha da Queimada Grande, better known as Snake Island. It's home to the golden lancehead pit viper, one of the deadliest snakes in the world. How many snakes are we talking about? Roughly 1 for every square meter, that's right. Every step you take, snake. Sit down for a picnic? Snake. Try to sleep? Snake pillow. These vipers' venom is so potent, it can melt human flesh around the bite. Which explains why the Brazilian Navy has completely banned visitors. Even scientists need special permission and armed escorts. Local legend says the last lighthouse keeper and his family were killed by the snakes when they tried to live there. True or not, it's enough to make you think twice about adding it to your vacation list. Moral of the story: if you ever hear yourself say, "Hey, let's check out that cool island with snakes everywhere," maybe reconsider. 5. Vatican's Secret Archives, God's very own forbidden library. The Vatican has its own private library, but calling it a library is like calling the Louvre a little art shed. The Vatican's secret archives contain over 50 miles of shelves stacked with documents dating back over 1,200 years. Papal letters, decrees, treaties, and who knows what else. Maybe even the recipe for holy guacamole. But don't get too excited. Despite being called the Secret Archives, the Vatican insists the name just means private. You can't just waltz in with a library card. Only a handful of qualified scholars get access, and even then, only to very specific documents. Conspiracy theorists claim the archives hide everything from proof of extraterrestrial life to texts that could rewrite history. Does the Vatican actually have evidence of Jesus' original tweets? Probably not, but it's fun to imagine. Unless you're a PhD in theology with the Pope's phone number, you'll never see inside. 6. Chernobyl's Reactor 4, a radioactive no-go zone. In 1986, the Chernobyl nuclear power plant in Ukraine suffered the worst nuclear disaster in history. Reactor 4 exploded, releasing radioactive fallout that spread across Europe. The immediate area was evacuated and turned into the infamous exclusion zone. Today, parts of the zone are open to guided tours. You can visit Pripyat, the abandoned city frozen in time, complete with empty schools and creepy Ferris wheels. But Reactor 4 itself? Absolutely forbidden. Even with the giant steel sarcophagus built to contain it, radiation levels are still dangerously high. Standing near the reactor for too long would be like microwaving yourself from the inside out. So, unless you've always dreamed of glowing in the dark, it's best to stay away. 7. Svalbard Global Seed Vault, humanity's backup plan. If the world ever goes full apocalypse, there's a place in Norway that could save us. The Svalbard Global Seed Vault. It's an underground bunker carved into Arctic permafrost, holding millions of seeds from crops around the world. Think of it as a giant doomsday fridge designed to restart agriculture if civilization collapses. It's built to survive earthquakes, floods, nuclear war, you name it. The vault is so secure that even climate change is struggling to mess it up. So, can you visit? Nope. Unless you're part of the small group of scientists managing the vault, the doors stay locked. Which makes sense. The last thing humanity needs is some random tourist pocketing a handful of corn seeds for souvenirs. 8. Poveglia Island, Italy, where ghosts outnumber people. Finally, we arrive at one of the creepiest forbidden places on Earth. Poveglia Island, just off Venice. On the surface, it looks like a picturesque little island. But peel back the history and it's basically hell's Airbnb. During the plague years, thousands of infected people were dumped on Poveglia to die. Later, it was used as a quarantine station. Still later, an asylum was built there where, according to legend, a mad doctor performed horrific experiments on patients. He eventually jumped, or was pushed, from the bell tower. Locals say his ghost still haunts the ruins. Today, the Italian government has banned visitors. Fishermen won't even sail near it, claiming their nets drag up human bones. So unless you're into plague pits and haunted asylums, you might want to skip booking your next holiday here. 9. Mezhgorya, Russia, the secret nuclear town. Tucked in the Ural Mountains is Mezhgory, a closed-off Russian town that doesn't even show up on some maps. What's there? Well, officially, nothing. Unofficially, rumors swirl about hidden nuclear facilities, missile silos, and underground bunkers straight out of a Cold War thriller. Locals? Nope. Only military personnel. Basically, it's Russia's Area 51, minus the UFO memes. 10. North Brother Island, USA. Abandoned plague hospital. Floating in New York's East River is North Brother Island, once home to a quarantine hospital for smallpox and infamous patient Typhoid Mary. Today, it's abandoned, crumbling, and completely off-limits. Nature has reclaimed it, turning the ruins into a spooky bird sanctuary. Imagine prime New York real estate, except instead of coffee shops and lofts, you get haunted hospital vibes and aggressive seagulls. So there you have it. 8 places you'll never get to visit, no matter how good your frequent flyer miles are. Whether it's angry tribes, top secret archives, or islands crawling with snakes, these forbidden locations remind us that Earth still has secrets, and sometimes those secrets are better left alone. After all, curiosity may have killed the cat, but at least the cat wasn't dumb enough to try visiting Snake Island.